One, check, 1, 2.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield, Ryan Beckman, and Chris Goss.
Welcome to the 217 Recovery Podcast, 26th of January 2020. My name is Corey Winfield.
Hi, I'm Ryan Beckman.
We got over here with Smoky Chris. That's Chris Goss. How you doing?
That's Chris Goss.
And Joey King sitting in again.
Joey King,
Yo,
tech guy
tech
who hasn't
guy.
delivered on any pictures yet. Well, you're really knocking this job out the park.
I'm making a giant photo album.
Collage.
Yeah.
How come your phone's in your pocket right now?
It's not. It's right here.
Yeah, he's on Grindr.
It's.
How come every time we start a podcast, you're on Grindr?
I mean, I want to find love.
Swiping right. Is that the way to go? Is that how it is?
I don't know how Grindr works. Is it like Tinder?
Never been on these dating sites. I don't need
Just
them.
look for Curious. You'll find him. We found, Ryan and I went with Tyrone to a religious service today. Mm-hmm. Something that I've never done before. Well, not this religion, I guess. Jehovah Witness.
Waiting for the return.
Yeah. See, I only know about Jehovah Witnesses from like the movies and then knocking on the door.
Right.
And I made the Friday reference when we pulled in. I'm like, yeah. Beginning of Friday. And Ryan was like, wow, that was a little much. I'm like, well, no, it's from the movie Friday. But that's how I kind of knew I didn't understand anything about them. And it was eye-opening, you know? Like, I mean, there's a lot of things that my personal beliefs about God that came into play there that, you know, I'm like, hey, you know, not so bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Basically, they just call God Jehovah. So,
Yeah.
but it's all
I didn't know that.
Bible-based.
That's one thing I knew from overhearing. I mean, what was it? Have you guys been to
never.
traditional church service?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
anything
Chris.
like a traditional church service?
Yeah.
No.
They had,
Well,
Okay, two completely different answers.
Yes.
I mean, they had a little different, more like reading through their Watchtower book or whatever.
Yeah.
And it goes through different passages in the Bible and whatnot.
completely different. than regular.
But then they have questions, and then everybody raises their hand all excited and gets to answer. What's this talking about? What's that talking
Wasn't
about?
very
So it's
excited.
more of like a Bible study kind of deal rather than just being preached at. You know?
So it's not like a church service. It's like a college course.
not quite like that.
Well, I've never been in a college course either. So.
Now,
It's just interactive, yeah. Like
the service that I went to this
Joey's
morning
saying.
with Tyrone and Ryan was completely different than what Ryan just described. But, you know, it was okay. You know, there was a guy that was there. He kind of let it off. Like, first he sang some songs, some real old school songs, too. It was like almost Christmas tunes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was okay. Because like, I got to
Save
play
it.
around with my voice a little. And, you know, and sang. And I can make all kinds of crazy noises. It was fun for me. And then this guy got up there and he... kind of like, he wasn't the preacher, but he was just like, this is what's happening in the world, and la la la. And I just closed my eyes and I meditated because I couldn't look at all those people because I started thinking like, I wonder what they did this morning. And you know, that's just on my mind. So I had to. No, I was thinking different kind of breakfast. So I had to close my eyes
Sorry, Corey's mom.
and just listen to it.
You even talk about Jehovah's Witnesses. That'll be in reference to.
This is real life stuff, Chris.
I get it.
This is the service I was at.
Okay.
So then that guy got done, and then this other guy got there, and he was like, "Well, everybody, just welcome here to the church today, to the da-da-da-da-da." And I'm like, "Whoa, Tyrone, really?" I was like, "Okay, man." He's like, "No, he ain't." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
You don't have a,
So
you don't have a dog.
so he gets up there and he's like, "Let's welcome this other guy," you know. And so that guy gets up there and he's this older gentleman, probably about 100, and
not old.
he gets up there and he starts in with, "All right, well, we're gonna we're gonna do today." And I'm like, "Okay, well, this is confusing because he's asking us what we're gonna do today because I have some options because I was wondering about that lady that's sitting in front of me and I just want to know what she did this morning." And so it doesn't get to me, fortunately. And people are like, "Oh, we're gonna do 4 today," and blah blah blah. So then he starts, like Ryan said, calling on people, but they weren't excitedly raising their hands. It was just a kind of creepy almost. because he was like, so what does it mean when you kill the sheep, and
The blood of the lamb.
it's, sacrifices has to be approved by Jehovah, and I'm like, okay. So, but it was kind of, it kept you on your toes, because
yeah, they're starting old school, before Jesus' time, and trying to, well, how do we implement this in today, or
I don't think you can.
Yeah, we had a sacrifice there too.
You guys kill the sheep?
A kitten.
I was worried because they said all the fat goes to Jehovah and on like the liver and stuff, and I'm like, well, that would, huh? And then it kind of made me, and I kind of nudged Tyrone to wake up, and I was like, hey,
He's all snoring.
now since you're up, answer me this: do all the poor people not make it then because they don't have anything to give to Jehovah, like to sacrifice? And he just he was just like,
Man,
so I still don't know about that. But I don't know if the poor people just, I don't know, like, because they made it sound like you have to give something, you have to sacrifice something great for God.
Well, that was
or
before,
Jehovah.
Well, this
Same
was
thing.
what they did before Jesus made the sacrifice of his life. So we could all be saved. How to get in graces with God, and just the whole ritual they went through, lighting incense and this whatever. It's not really that integrated today because obviously we don't sacrifice anything and we don't
Yeah, we do
some of these rituals anymore.
Sacrifice every day.
But I think it was just the whole plot behind it was, that they gave their best lamb, that we should give our best ability, we follow like Jesus did, and, just do your best in every day, I think was more of
It's what the nuts and bolts of it.
the nuts and bolts of it was.
Jesus Christ.
Do your best for Jesus.
Jesus Christ, yes.
And Jehovah.
And Jehovah. And I looked at everything, and I still look at everything, mostly about 217. So I was just like, ooh, how does that reflect in 217? Okay, I got to give it my all. And then one thing they were saying is about if you're doing good in life, people will see the rewards of the great things that you're doing. And I thought, you know what? That fits perfect in with what we're doing at 217 Recovery, because people will see us on the street, and they'll be like, hey, will you sign this and sign that? I love you guys. You're bigger than the Beatles. And we're
Will
like,
you kiss my baby?
Yeah, like, no, not today, ma'am. But they can see, and that's why a lot of people want to be a part of 217 Recovery, and they not a part of it like, hey, they want to sit here and do a podcast with us, but they want to help spread the word, and that's what is so awesome about what we're doing. And people tell us all the time, you guys are doing such a great job, and I'm proud of you guys, and we're opening up, and we're just 4 or 5 dudes now sitting around. I guess just 4, and in a room talking about things and our feelings. But to some people, that's a really hard thing to do. So they look at us like, wow, like they're putting it out there, and what they're going through at church or at the recovery meeting or the sandwich party with Herman Moore. Like whatever they're doing it to their ability, and they're putting it out there. So it's cool that people pick up on that and they want to be, like I said, a part of us. And technically, they are. There are. Our P1s,
Yeah,
to call them radio.
The walking board. I used a towel machine today.
Ooh, for to dry off.
Folding towels.
Oh, you got a machine for that?
Yeah.
Damn.
There's 3 of them. One doesn't work. I was on Bessie today, and then there's Alfred, like the big high tech one, and they never let me use Alfred. I always get to use Bessie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Veronica is washer number 6. And I'm not going to get into that, but she's a real
beast.
Yeah. She's evil. She's
Wow.
touchy. You got to press the buttons a lot. But I didn't get to wash today. Got out early. The off season for the on season is apparently kicking in, which is, I get out a little earlier, which is awesome. Not quite. But hey, I'm not beasting too much.
Okay.
So that was my Sunday. Tech guy, what'd you do today?
Today I ticket checked. So I was supposed to ticket check. I didn't check too many tickets. I just snowboarded around I have to hang out at the bottom of the lifts while the people get on the lifts, make sure they have the right ticket, you know.
Ticket.
Yeah, it was pretty boring stuff.
The irony of today, for me, and you working around the same hill, I'll call it.
Mountain.
I went in before you.
You did.
Came home after you.
You did.
And you still went into work today.
I did.
And didn't really check tickets.
Yeah, I mean,
Resentment.
No, I don't resent it at all. If you guys want to hear about resentment, don't kick that motorcycle. I'll go on about that. I adore Joey. I like ruffling his hair.
sexual relationship.
That's not anything to do with me and Joey. Thank you for the laugh, guys. I'm ecstatic when I go to work. You know, I got to go to work tomorrow. Tuesday and Wednesday I don't.
Nice.
Awesome.
I have Wednesday off as well.
You have Wednesday off as well?
Yeah.
We should hit a meeting. A
We
nooner.
should. Nooner.
I got to go see my friend. Got lots of friends at the BVAA.
You looked at me like you wanted me to hit it.
No, really? I'd never look at you like that. Sorry, Corey's mom.
No, and then I got home and just relaxed. Read a little bit, watched a little stand-up. You know, just unwinded my week.
Did you read the big book?
I didn't. I should, though.
I did my third and fourth step paperwork today.
I saw
There you
that.
go.
Nice.
So you're doing
Or second and third. I must remember what I did. It was second and third.
Yeah, it is.
Because
Because we got the same.
we probably got to go have a little sit down, a little powwow tomorrow too.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, I've never done step work, and I'm like excited to do step work.
Sounds like it. You did. Or you didn't do any today, but maybe one day when you're less busy.
When you go into work after
I mean,
you get out of work.
I'm not your sponsor, so I don't know. But yeah, that's.
No, I mean,
sure he
like
loves
I've
working with you.
never worked a step, so I want to see what they do. For me.
Yeah, I bet. You know, when I want to see what something does, I just sit around and not do it. It's the
Well,
best.
like,
It's the best thing
I
because then
do
it keeps
step
the
work every
anticipation out there. You know, it's like, oh, one day I'm going to start that. Like my homework I have to do tonight. I'm just like, la 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 la. Let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
Because I'm just, I want to keep that excitement there. You know.
Because when you get to it, you're
then-
going to be
Oh
so
my gosh!
just
Then I'm going
like
to want to
you're
watch a
be
movie.
bursting with.
Well, didn't you guys say that you should take your time with the steps?
I truly
I didn't say anything.
I know that what I've heard people say that step 4 takes like 9 months, or has taken them 9 months. It takes everybody different times to finish different steps.
I've said not to rush through them, to work them to your best ability, and try to get a clear and solid understanding. That doesn't mean drag your feet, but you know, actually put the work into it, not just rush through it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I'm putting thought into, because I'm on the higher surrender yourself, higher powers part of the steps, and that scares the living hell out of me. Because I've never really, I stopped believing in that kind of stuff a long time ago. So regaining spirituality is really tough for me.
I'm on the same steps as Joey, and I'm on the same page as Joey as far as that. You know?
It's really hard to think that you just have to. I used to pray every night, you know, and now I'm getting back into that, and it scares me. It really does. I don't know why.
For me, the two places that I went to where they forced their religion on you, you know, the first place was when I was much younger, and it's just like it threw me off. And the people that I've lost to this disease, and the things that I've said, like, take this away from me now. Look at my watch. 13 seconds later, Kramer takes the wheel back. You know, that's why I always say good orderly direction, because I know there's something out there. I look up at these stars and go, Jesus, I didn't just poop these out. You know, something happened. Somebody made these. Something, entity, something. Maybe somebody just making right decisions, making good choices.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? There we go.
Well, that's the thing about I think where you're at too with the good orderly direction. That's all it's really asking for you to do is get outside of yourself. Like we had our little meeting about self-centeredness,
right?
You know, and it's saying, you know, we're all, end all, be all. We're not. We're just us, and we don't have control over anything really besides ourselves and our
yeah.
decisions.